Alright, so here we go. The finals, best of three, game number one in the PMS H2O Gold Bronze Silver Weekly number 17. Our players here, Rossi and Kingison, Zerg versus Protoss, starting off on MLG Shakura's Plateau.
Well, in the top left, we have Kingson, our Protoss player, playing against Rossi, our Zerg in the top right. Close air positions. Well, not so close, actually. It takes forever for the Overlord to get there, but it will be making its way over. So, Rossi seems to love his drones, although he did also do a Roach all-in earlier, but the Protoss had cannoned him, so it was a fair thing. It's a good response. So we will see what Kingison decides to do.
I mean, Kingison, has been in every match I've seen. He has done that 4-gate Zealot build, and honestly, if it would work in any matchup, I think its best would work in Zerg versus Protoss, considering Zerg does Zerg does have a difficult time dealing with Zealots. But there is a pylon on the low ground, so chances are we will be seeing some sort of an expansion build, most likely a Forge Fast expand, possibly even a Gateway first expand, but usually that pylon on the low ground does indicate some kind of an expansion build. Or maybe a feint, who knows.
Yeah, we'll see whether it's a Forge or a Gate. I am a fan of Toss building their Forge and cores down there anyway, even if it's not a Forge Fast expand. Just seems like such a good thing to do, but I am not Protoss, so I don't actually know whether you'd be able to defend a Zerglane attack in time, because it is a bit wider.
Wow, it does look like Kingison actually really pulling up those minerals, may actually go for a Nexus first.
You were totally right, and Rossi actually is going for a Speedling expand, so we will see what Rossi decides to do. He is scouting. He will scout the incorrect position first, which does give Kingison more time. Rossi has no larva saved up. His pool is popping, and he probably will start a queen. Yeah, so no Zerglings with his next larva right now until Overlord hatches.
Oh, actually going with a drone instead of a Zergling, so Rossi not really going to be able to capitalize on this greedy play by Kingison.
No, I don't think so. Even if he builds Zerglings right now, it's too late by the time that they hatch. So we have Rossi now expanding. So Rossi's actually pretty behind at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he does have the gas. He just now... Nope, actually still not getting his metabolic boost. He does scout that Nexus first. Well, at this point, he doesn't know if it's a Nexus first, but he can probably tell by the fact that it is popping already. And his hatchery is only about a quarter of the way through, so definitely in a very tough position. He will be very far behind in the economy race. And actually a full wall off going down for Kingston, I believe.
Yeah, you're right. That is a full wall off. Kingston is chrono boosting out probes rather than anything else, so he's definitely going for a lot of probes. Rossi can power drone, but he's not taking a fast third yet, so I think he likely will fall behind. We have double gas for Kingison, so we'll see what the tech is. The warp's going. He has a third gas going up. I think that's a fast third gas, wouldn't you say, for Kingison?
I guess it really depends on what kind of build he's looking to go. If he's looking to go for maybe a double Stargate build, then that's just about right. So usually you see them take their fourth gas for a double Stargate, so I'm not really sure what kind of build he'll be looking to go with.
Well, he has a total of 3 gates right now. There's a 4th, and he's going up to a 5th, so I'm not... Well, he has 34 probes right now. He has 3 gases and a 6 gateway.
Yeah,
Can
so
you do a
maybe
6
seeing
gate?
an 8 gate or something from Kingston?
I don't know. It'll depend on whether he keeps making probes, because I'm not sure whether he can do a 6 gate off of 34 probes, but he is continuing to make them. He's doing +1.
Well, he is a bit oversaturated in his main, so he could transfer some over to get better
That's true.
economy, but
The Zerg actually pulled ahead in drones. He does not have a Rotorn, though, which he
just put
will
down.
need.
It just went down, actually.
Oh, he did?
Yep, just as you said that.
So, yeah, I think the Zerg, 46 drones with 38 probes. It is a 6 gate. The warp is finished, but he hasn't. He's transforming the warp gates now. So, about now is when the Zerg would have to start making roaches, because the production cycles are happening now for the Protoss. So the Zerg has to switch into production cycles as well for army units, even though the Protoss hasn't moved out, which the Protoss has a complete wall off, so he's going to have to decide whether to kill the core or a gateway. Could kill the forge off once it's done upgrading, but he's going for the core and rebuilding it in his main. So, it's a lot of sentries.
Yeah.
Those are going to have a lot of energy by the time we walk over.
Interesting choice to go very, very sentry heavy. Now warping in stalkers. And
we have 4 roaches against, now 8 roaches against 3 stalkers and 6 sentries. Going up to 6 stalkers now, so
it's looking
I think
very
it comes down
difficult
to,
for Rossi.
yeah, Kingison's force fields is what's going to decide this, because technically the roaches should be force fielded out of range, but with that amount of sentries, it could also force field them out of range of the stalkers, but in range of the stalkers at the same time, and could lose his whole army.
He is going to try and pull up to the high ground. Going to be warping in a couple more circling. Pylons are going down at the front of his ramp. Going to lose a lot of overlords here. These overlords kind of stuck right in the front, and he's going to get totally supply blocked and extremely supply blocked. And now the units here from Kingston are going to just kind of camp on the ramp until he can warp in another set of units. More stalkers do get warped in, and it does look like Rossi is in a lot of trouble and probably will not be able to deal with this attack.
Yeah, he's trying to make something happen there, but he's falling back up now. He won't be able to defend his expansion. +1's finishing, but that is, I don't know, frankly I think that's too many units given the fact that he's supply blocked, so he doesn't even have more army units on the way right now.
He has 7 overlords that just popped, so he will be able to produce a ton of units right now, but unfortunately does not even have the larva to deal so. And Kingston with an offensive GG, a little bit BM, but
yeah, those overlords definitely hurt.
So Kingston now with a very, very intimidating army outside the base of Rossi, and kind of just biding his time, gonna wait until he can get up that ramp, and gonna go and attack these units, and should be expecting to see a GG any minute from Rossi just about now, or maybe even a GG from Kingston.
Yep. Well, Kingston didn't really delay his attack at all, because it's a good timing, so...
Yeah, I mean, he hit it at a really good timing. Unfortunately, Rossi was not able to scout it out, so, he was not aware of what was coming, and, he just did not have the proper units to deal with attack when it came. So we're going to our next map, which is a dual site, MLG dual site.